What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trey back again on the video. Today, I'm going to be talking about my expectations of what I should see from Anthony Davis this season. Now, coming into the season, we don't know if this duo of LeBron AD going to end because either Brian come back from his heart condition and Brian goes to the draft and LeBron goes to the team he's on next year, or he just flat out retires, or he takes the year off and go wherever Brian gets drafted whenever he's ready, right? Anything is on the table. And with LeBron age, what he's accomplished, the mileage on his body, I don't like. It's up to him. He's like solidified at worst as top two all time great of all time. Like he has nothing to prove. He has nothing to prove ever since his second championship. If we being honest, and then definitely after after 2016, he definitely had nothing to prove after that, especially coming back on a 3-1 deficit, never been done before against the 319. He's been done of what he could accomplish in the league, right? So we're not talking about that. But Anthony Davis. Now, Anthony Davis, he was on a tear. He could have averaged 30 points last season if he stayed healthy. Now, the games that definitely hurt him was the games where he didn't finish. I believe that Nuggets game hurt him when he got hurt against Jokic, when he got sick and something happened, I don't know, but that game versus the Cavs, he played only one quarter in. It was a couple games that really messed up his average. And it says average, bro, because Ocho, I think he averaged around like 25, 26 per game, something like that. And I feel like that could have been 29, 30. I believe this has to be the season he averaged like 30 points, right? This has to be the season. But I'll talk about that later. But the number one thing I want to see from Anthony Davis again this season is his playmaking like going to get better, or did he peak as a playmaker? Now, coming into last season, folks didn't know if Anthony Davis had the playmaking juice to make the offense better, right? But since folks got it confused that Anthony Davis cannot pass, or he cannot see over a double team, or can't feel a double team, they was proven wrong last season, right? Anthony Davis, one season a good scheme, and he got help beaters. That's what they call when you and opposing they try double team help beaters. Frank Vogel didn't have good help beaters. If anything, it was just the post up, everybody just stand around, don't do nothing. That was Frank Vogel offense. And that's when folks thought Anthony Davis was just not a good passer or playmaker whatsoever. No, he just didn't have nobody to facilitate to because everybody's standing still, nothing, no cutting, no setting the flare screen, no slot cuts, nothing. Everybody was just standing still. So who's he gonna pass to? Like, come on, let's be honest. And then last season, we saw him make the short roll pass consistently. We saw him fill out double teams, pass it to the open man. It's quite simple. And then once he actually had people to pass it to after the trade deadline, you saw what happened. Now, folks going to continue with their narrative AD can't pass. But I'm sorry, if you expecting like Nikola Jokic or even the Domantas Sabonis level of passing, just forget about it. He's Anthony Davis. He's not going to be on that level of passing. He's just not. If you see marginal progression year in year out, folks act like this guy's Embiid or something in terms of passing. He's not. He's not. He's gotten way better as a passer as he aged. Embiid still got levels to go to even to Anthony Davis level of passing. So yeah, that's all I got for one. Now two, how is AD going to handle defensive scheme change possibility? Now, I believe they're gonna be a primary drop coverage team, no matter what. Now, in certain situations, they might have to switch more. Like, for example, if Anthony Davis do shift back to like power forward in some lines, or basically like a center that's a power forward on defense, how is he going to be in that role? Since he haven't been in that role really since 2021. I believe he can do a good job. Like, he's still agile and quick. Like, That's not gonna change. That he's always getting like a steal a game each season. So he almost been reaching 2 steals a game. That's how good he is on defense and how quick his hands is. He be even stripping ball handlers when they be trying to make like a pass in the pick roll. He stripped them easily. So and he pick off drop off passes and everything. So yeah, pocket pass, yeah, everything. So yeah, I expect him to be great in that role, and if they have to switch a lot, he can switch. He can switch out, no problem. And but the thing is going to put like more mileage on his body. Him moving around, doing more violent cuts. Is that going to help Anthony Davis? Because the last season when they basically didn't have him move as much, we saw him be able to last. Now, could he last throughout games? I don't like. I don't know. And that's gonna lead me to my next point. Late game free throw shooting. The late game free throw shooting has to be better, bro. It has to be. You cannot be one of the best players on the team and struggle at the free throw line, especially since you're the guy to go to in the clutch. That cannot happen. Especially since we got LeBron James, who's never a great clutch free throw shooter. It is what it is. He's all time great, top 2 at worst. I just want to put that out there. But he just wasn't a all time great clutch free throw shooter. It's just the way it is. Anthony Davis, on the other hand, he's supposed to be the best free throw shooter on the team. And the last few seasons, he wasn't. Now, I don't know what that's all about, but no, you're supposed to be the guy that we go to in the clutch for to seal a game or to tie a game or even take the lead. You're that guy. Please, we don't need to see the free throw regression no more, especially in the clutch. Like 47% in the clutch is not gonna cut it. We need you to be back at what you were at least like what 2021 was his last good free throw shoot. Yeah, I believe it was 2021. We need to go back to that. And especially in 2020, where he's a great cut free throw shooter, we definitely need to go back to that. That's all I ask. Now, this next point, I want to see him average 30 points a game, like I alluded to in the first what you call it. I actually want him to average 30 points per game this season because it just folks just think just Anthony Davis is not a great scorer outside the paint. It's just truly not false. Then I've seen some narratives of folks using stats to say Giannis is a better mid-range shooter than AD. And I'm looking like, bro, that's why you need to look at the film, because if we unwind the film, right, and we see how Giannis get guarded at the mid-range, folks don't even contest his mid-range shot. They don't. I'm trying to see how can a man that's shooting like A+ quality mid-range shots can be better than a guy that's shooting F quality mid-range shots, and he's making them at decent levels. Now, the reason why AD's mid-range shooting on like certain metrics look worse because he's not making it at like a Kyrie or KD clip. He's just not. That's why his free throw shooting look worse. But if I have my money on it, I'm counting on AD to make a mid-range shot before Giannis. Let's get serious for a second. And yeah, that's my point for that. Now, this final point, and this is my final point. I want this to be the year that Anthony Davis is an MVP or a DPOY this season. Now, MVP, I give that a 5 to 15% chance of that actually happening, if I'm being honest. But the defensive player of the year, 75 plus. 75. This guy be the season Anthony Davis won defensive player of the year. Now, it depends on how our defensive ranking is and how many games he played. He got to play 65 games. It is what it is. The rule changed. You have to play 65 games to be an All-NBA, MVP, DPOY, 6-man. Yeah, it's just the way it is. We have to meet those requirements to be the defensive player of the year. AD, like I believe you're the best player, best defender in the world. Multiple people see you as the best defender in the world outside the Lakers fan base. the Lakers need to be a top 3 to 5 defense this year to get him the award. And I believe they have the capability to do it, but it's going to be some growing pains since we like have a whole new roster down there. So yeah, those are my expectations for Anthony Davis this coming season. I hope he can at least meet like at least 2 or 3 of those, right? I think how many I named, like 5 or 6. I don't know. I ain't really counting. I'm just going based on my head. So yeah, if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Trill, and I'm out.